Only two, financial and accounting systems and core banking. Information system audit, that is not a separate lesson for your kind information, because whatever you learn in this information system risks and controls lesson, the same things get repeated in auditing lesson. How and why? First you understand this. For example, in this information system risks and controls, I will tell you. What I will tell you? Amma, you need to follow this control. In this lesson I will tell you. In auditing lesson, what it will say? The auditor should check whether all those controls are there or not. It is as simple as that. Do you understand what I am telling? Do you understand what I am telling? One more time I am telling, or otherwise I will show you. No problem. Now come. What is the weightage? Not more than 6 marks anytime. But many students unnecessarily they spend lot of time on this lesson. For example, if I close this session like this, there is no problem, because all the high weightage chapters are over. You are getting only 4 to 6 marks from this lesson. Now, let me go. Let me start this. Yeah. Explain the classification of controls. How many types of controls are there? Preventive controls. What are preventive controls? You appointed a watchman. Preventive control. You have a user ID and password. Preventive control. Okay. These are all preventive controls. Preventive controls means what? You want to prevent an error or a mistake or a risk from occurring. That is called preventive controls. And what is detective control? Detective controls means what? If some risk happened, if some error, omission or malicious act happened, what do you say? You need to at least detect. You need to detect that an error has occurred. Detective controls. See, 3 days back a payment was made to me by our organization. But yesterday I got a call from the accounts department. Hey, why you have taken the double payment? You just pay the money in the cash counter. And yesterday night I went and paid the money in the cash counter. That is a detective control. Means already transaction took place. But after some 4 days, they found that there was a double payment, and again they asked me, and I have rectified. They have rectified that mistake. That is called as a detective control. That means our organization is having detective controls. Likewise, in software also we need to have detective controls. Next, corrective controls. Corrective controls means what? Okay, a mistake happened. No problem. If a mistake has happened for the first time, it is not really a big mistake. But if the same mistake is happening day by day, every day, morning, evening, afternoon, it should not happen like that. Okay. If a mistake happened once, you need to realize from that mistake, you need to learn from that mistake, and you need to take enough care so that the mistake is not repeated once again. Am I right or not? So those things are called as corrective controls. See, BCP is a corrective control, it seems. Business continuity planning. That means what? All of a sudden a big earthquake happened and your main server was your main server got disturbed. That is an act of God. Earthquake is an act of God. Who will do that? Who will talk about that? But is earthquake first time in the history? Is earthquake first time in the history? No. So you should take corrective measure. Okay, really earthquake happened, you lost your server. Okay, fine, good. But you should have some controls, corrective control. You should have some backup server, or you should have backup in the cloud. These all things should be there. So that is called as corrective control. Corrective control means mistake happened now. What should be done today now? You should do something now to correct the thing. So that is called as corrective control. Now, environmental controls. See, in your organization, you need to have, see, I'll show you a video just for a small break. I'll show you one video, because that video will greatly help me to explain this lesson. Because this entire 4th lesson is about data centers. Okay, this entire 4th lesson is about data centers. So if you just watch the video of a data center, that will be of great help to you, to me, and to everyone. Okay, 5 minutes video.
Data centers,
You just
the brains of the internet, the engine of the internet.
It is a giant building with a lot of power, a lot of cooling, and a lot
see how large the data center
Row
is.
upon row upon row.
Of building and operating data centers. I'm Joe Cava, Vice President of Data Centers at Google. I'm responsible for managing the teams globally that design
Our questions start here.
Google's data centers. We're also responsible for the environmental health and safety, sustainability, and carbon offsets for our data centers. This data
We need to
center
appoint
is
security guard at the entrance. That is a preventive control.
a larger
Okay.
network of data centers all over the world. Of all the employees at Google, a very, very small percentage of
See, of all the employees at Google, a very, very small percentage of those employees are authorized to even enter a data center campus. Lot of security measures will be there. Those all things we discuss in this lesson. What are controls we need to have? Okay.
run these data centers, keep them up 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. They are incredibly passionate about what they're doing.
In layman's terms, what do I do?
A fun environment where they
million hour. The number of
Actually, this is not the
think
real
Google
video
data
that I
centers
wanted to
really
show you.
can
I
offer a
wanted
level
to...
of security that almost no other company can.
Yes, there will be a lady here.
Physical security
Yes.
at a Google data center is
This
still
is the
pretty
video
new to me.
because
So today,
all
I'm
our
on a
questions
mission
will
to
be
learn
covered
all
in this
about
video.
it by taking an inside look at the systems in place that protect customer data at a typical Google data center. Let's go.
Let's go.
Now, I've been told there are
Now the
six
first
layers
question
of
starts.
Security here. Security layer 1 refers to the proper
Security 1
boundaries,
refers to
and
the
that
includes signage and fencing.
But things really
We have a question related to fencing. How you need to make fencing for your data center. You need to use bollards. You need to use all of that. I'll show you.
that includes the main entrance gate, which I am pulling up to right now. Hey, how's it going?
Good morning.
So,
So layer 2 has a lot of security features, ranging from smart fencing to overlapping cameras,
overlapping
24/7
cameras,
guard patrols, and
24/7
more.
guard patrols.
I'm on my
These
way
are
to
all
meet some
preventive
experts who are
controls.
going to show me how it all works.
Hi, Joe.
Hi, Stephanie. How are you?
So I just passed the main gate, and I saw guards and cameras.
See, so I just passed the main gate and I saw guards, cameras in Hadavd. But what are some things that I did not see?
Yeah, there's actually a lot of technology.
Yeah, there's
and
actually a
operations
lot and
behind the
operations
scenes.
going on
So
behind the
from
scenes.
you're
So
on site,
from the time that you are on the site, we know that you are here and you're able to correlation analysis. Okay, we have guards in vehicles, we have some guards on
We have
foot.
guards in vehicles. We have some guards on foot.
అంటే నువ్వు వచ్చావని చాలా మంది చూసారు మా వాళ్ళు అని చెప్తున్నాడు. ఓకే,
There's also the vehicle crash barrier.
vehicle
That's
crash
designed to
barrier.
stop a
These are all
fully loaded
controls,
truck
physical
from crashing
controls.
through the front entrance.
Ricky, Tariq, can you tell me more about what's unique about the fencing?
This particular fence is a
See, in the meantime, I will show you the questions also. Otherwise, you will forget. Fencing. Okay. What are these? Environmental controls. What is smoke detectors, fire extinguishers, fire alarms. Okay, these all things should be there. And yes, water detectors. Right. Anyway, let's continue that video. I'll show you.
anti-climb fence. It's also equipped with fiber. The technology tells us if someone's near the fence.
So we're able to see video footage at night just as clearly as we can during the day.
Welcome to layer 3, building access. But just so you know, I am still nowhere near the data center floor. That's a few more layers.
You've come into our secure lobby. You have your card, and we know that that's you, but if someone happened to lose their card, what we want to make sure is that it's actually Stephanie who's shown up.
In a data center, those
And
many
with iris
controls should
scan,
be
we
there.
can
These all
authenticate
come
that
under
it's
physical
actually
controls
you
and
along with your
environmental controls.
It's good.
And now she is entering a door. That door is called as dead man door.
One
We
thing
have
that's
that
a
thing
little
in
hard
our
to get
question,
used to when
dead
you visit
man
a
door.
data center is for secure areas, only one
Only one
is allowed
person
to
can
touch
enter
your door at a time.
into the door. Once the person enters other side, then the door opens to this person. That is called dead man door. Okay. See why I'm showing all these things. For many of you, you will have an opinion. "Iyanni evada vaadtadra babu." But what I wanted to tell you is, people are using that. This is all practical. This is all real.
Layer 4 includes the Security Operations Center, or SOC, a hive of activity that is monitoring.
So it sounds like we've been keeping them very busy today.
Yes, yes, you have. So the doors, the cameras, able to pick that up.
Interest ever get to set foot in here.
That
So
is dead
right
man
now,
door. And now she entered into the data center.
Access area to maintain
do Googlers or anyone have
is encrypt is protecting the authority.
the mysterious layer 6, where drives that need to be retired from the data center floor, assigned to this room, can pull them from that locker to either erase.
At this point, we have scanned the hard drive.
They are crushing the hard disk. They are recycling the hard disk there because they don't want to lose the data. Now, environmental controls, smoke
If you didn't think these
detectors.
6 layers of security
Okay,
were enough,
these all
Google
things.
Cloud actually has 2
See how
security
large the
testing
data
programs in
center
place.
is.
One hires
దీని గురించి
companies
మనం
to try to break
చదువుకుంటున్నాం
into
ఇక్కడ.
data center sites from the outside, and the other tasks, everybody has to go through full reports compliance with over 40 global standards, regulations, and certifications. Data center security.
That's all. Now life will be easy for me. Okay, because I can explain very fast. Now what kind of controls you need to have? You need to have smoke detectors, norms to reduce electric firing, fire extinguishers, fire alarms, regular inspection and raising awareness, documented and tested emergency evacuation plans. Now you have seen how large the data center is. If all these things are not employed, what happens? If an accident occurs, you will lose the entire data. And documented and tested emergency evacuation plans means what? In hospitals and all, it will be written. Near the lift, what is written? In emergency, break the glass. In emergency, jump from this window. Okay, it is written. That is called documented and tested emergency evacuation. Evacuation means getting the place vacant. Okay, for example, there is a fire accident. ఇప్పుడు ఎక్కడి నుంచి దూకేయాలంటే ఎక్కడ పడితే అక్కడ దూకేయకూడదు. There will be some fire exit window. From that fire exit window only you need to jump. So that all should be documented and it should be there. Now this question is not given. Yeah, this question is given. Physical access controls are very easy. Locks on doors. You need to use cipher locks, it seems. What are cipher locks? I will not explain, just show. It's a waste of explaining. Because once you see what is the need to, even while you are preparing, you can do the same thing. So for a data center, you should use this kind of cipher locks where there will be codes. You need to enter the code to enter into the room. Next one, bolting door locks. Bolting door locks, normal bolting door locks only, and electronic door locks where you need to put your fingerprint to make the door open. And in that video, you have seen she has taken her card and kept there. And that can be badge or a plastic card. And manual logging means what? One person stand there. What is your name? Where from you are coming? What is your ID number? That is manual logging. Electronic logging means what? To enter into the room, they will have some scanner over there, and that scanner will take care of everything. Now, this question is also given. Video cameras. You have seen in the video cameras. Security guards you have seen. Controlled visitor access. What did he say in that video? Less than 1% of Google employees can come to this data center. Okay. Bonded personnel. See, the biggest risk is today one sweeper came, tomorrow another sweeper comes. That should not be there. Everyone working in the data center should be bonded personnel. Bonded personnel means they should write bond with us that I will work 2 years, and that and that work should be done by that person every day. For example, if every day new person comes, for example, if every day new security guard comes, that is a biggest risk. You should not do that. Every day the same security guard should come. The bonded personnel should be there. Dead man doors I have shown you just now. Non-exposure of sensitive facilities. Very highly important data server. You should not put a board like that. You should not expose those sensitive facilities. Okay, non-exposure of sensitive facilities. Computer terminal locks. Computer terminal locks means what? See, this is the podium now. I can make a door for this and I can arrange one lock. That is called computer terminal lock. While at night while leaving, I can put this CPU inside here, lock there and go. That is called computer terminal lock. Alarm system. Alarm system means what? If some burglars came or if something happened, it may be a fire alarm or a water alarm or it may be a burglar alarm. If there is a fire accident, fire alarm should ring. If there is a water accident, water alarm should ring. And if some burglars came, break in inside, then burglar alarm should ring. Perimeter fencing you have seen. Perimeter fencing means what? Around your data center, how much of fencing should be there? That all. Control of out of hours employees. Some employees will be there. Their duty time is finished, but they will hover here and there. You should ask them, "Em pani? Line che pani ayipindi kada? The duty hours are over now." They stay back even after their duty time because they wanted to know some secrets, some loophole. Where from can we jump inside? Which wall is better this time? They'll plan like this. Why? Why to give chance? After your duty time, you should not stay here even 1 minute. Vacate, move. Secured report or document distribution cart. What is document distribution cart? So these are document distribution carts. Because all of you gave printouts. See, in large offices, you will have very big printers and printer servers. And the printouts will be placed in the distribution carts. But what habit we will have? We will observe what this fellow given printout like this. So that should not be there. There should be some protected document distribution carts. That is also one physical control. Now, logical access controls. Very easy. Logical access controls means what? Everyone should not enter into the system. No. Logical access controls means information resources, application software should have boundary controls, networking controls. These all things should be there. That means you are an employee in an organization. If you want to work with the software, you need to have user ID and password. You need to have your user ID and password. That comes under logical access controls. So why logical access controls should be there? Because the data should be restricted to the authorized users only. Okay. And whenever, what is the main reason for having other logical access controls? To maintain confidentiality and privacy requirements, authorization and authentication. I'll tell you. User ID is given to you for what? For authorization. Password is given to you for what? For authentication. Authorization is different, authentication is different. You know user ID. That means it is an authorization that you are an employee of this organization. But are you the right employee? That will be decided by the password. Password will help you to authenticate that you are the person. Okay. Next. Logical system controls are system-based mechanisms or not? Where will you enter user ID and password? In the air or in the system? So they are system-based mechanisms. Okay, this question is also given. Who are logical? Oh, logical access violators, many people are there. Hackers, number one logical access violators. They violate the logic. Will hacker enter user ID and password and enter into your system? And if you enter in that way, do you call them hacker? Next, employees. Authorized or unauthorized? See, I am an authorized employee only, but my boss scolded me in the morning and I wanted to take revenge on my boss. So somehow I will do some nonsense. Logical access violation. And IS personnel. These are very dangerous people. Okay. IS personnel means what? System administrator will be there. And he will have access to all the data, passwords and system. And that is why the top level people in any organization should not have any bad habits. For example, if the IT administrator in a bank is having a bad habit of drinking, Many people will try to exploit his bad habit and get data out of him. That should not be there. And you need to be very careful with the IS personnel because they know the passwords of everything. Okay. And former employees, they worked in my organization, they left my organization, but the user IDs and passwords we did not change. So they may try from outside systems. And end users. End users, what happens, you know, all end users are not bad, but there are some end users who are very enthusiastic. కొంతమందికి ఏముంటుందంటే అది ప్రెస్ చేస్తే ఏమవుద్ది అని ప్రెస్ చేస్తాడు. ఎందుకురా నీకు? Why did you press that? But he wanted to know. He is very curious. He is very enthusiastic. Very curious. But either you kill a person for silly reasons or for serious reasons, murder is murder. What do you say? If you say, no sir, just for joke I slapped him like this and he died, that will be treated as murder only. Okay. So, either intentionally or unintentionally, if you spoil the system, that will be treated as crime only. Okay. Now, user access management. Very easy. User access management means what? For example, you joined in an office today. First of all, what should be done? If you want to open an account in Facebook, what is done? First, user registration should be done or not? User registration means what? Your name, your age, your location, these all details are taken. Then you will be given privileges. Privileges means what? In this table like this. What is your role? What is your role? Joined as a cashier. In which department? Marketing department. Okay. Cashier in sales. How many tasks he has to do? See, these tasks and privileges are fixed. And roles are also fixed. Just I will ask you, what is your role? Sir, I am a cashier in sales department. Cashier in sales department. Tasks, 5 tasks, 10 privileges. Give the access. In that way we will give. Okay. Now, user password management. User password management means what? Users should have their own passwords and that password should be strong passwords. And if I should tell the user, Ray, if you share the password, you will be held responsible. Should I give warning or not? Yes. Review of user access rights. Review of user access rights means, wait, I am the manager in this organization, but I am on leave due to some health reasons for 1 month. And in my absence, she is given authorization to access all the data. Because in absence of manager, BCP should be there, no? Business continuity planning. Let the manager lead and board at No. Operations, transactions should take place. She is given the access. But again, I came back. Now, what should be done? Should the privilege remain with her or you should take back the privileges? You should take back the privileges. That means regularly you need to review the access rights. And what are user responsibilities? User should make right use of strong passwords and unattended user equipment. Unattended user equipment means what? For example, you assume this is a bank and this is the system. And I just went outside for a powder room or some water. Okay. And these users, they are seeing like this. What is that? That tendency we will have as humans. What is there on the screen like this? So, unattended user equipment, what it should be done? In banks, just if you don't attend to the system for 15 seconds, the system will automatically log off. That type of mechanism should be there or not? That is what is unattended user equipment. Now, network access controls. Network access controls means what? Policy on use of network services. In our Pratap campus, Prakash sir says, don't give internet access to all the systems. Not required. But every employee thinks, what happens if you give the network access? Why don't you give? You should not give, man. If you give internet access to every system, no one will work. They work, but they don't do this work, they do another work. And finally, the things won't work. So, you need to have a policy on use of network services. That means who should use the internet. And again, for example, in our Pratap campus, we have 2 internet connections. One is internet through LAN and one is direct connection. And direct connection is not given to everyone. Only to few selected people, the direct connection is given. For remaining people, internet through LAN connection is given. Why? I'll tell you. For example, an employee did something wrong. I need to catch him. How can I catch him? If I give internet connection to him through LAN, whatever he did, whatever he browsed, it will be stored in the server. So I can easily know that this employee has done mistake. See, running an organization, Using technology and running an organization is not a joke. These type of controls should be there. Policy on network services. Enforced path. Enforced path means what? Our employees in the office, they will complain. Sir, this site is not getting opened. For Chandrasekhar sir, that site is open. For me, it is not open. Because there are some firewalls. They will stop some certain sites to get open. You need to do in that way only. Or if you give 100% access for all the sites to open, you know what sites people visit and what nonsense they will do. Recently what happened? In Patna, Bihar Patna railway station, some pornographic film has been played for 3 minutes. Why did that happen? Because in that organization, the employees are given free access to open any site, and an employee opened site and it is getting relayed and he did not observe, and in the entire railway station that is played in Patna railway station. That kind of mistakes happens if you don't have this kind of controls. Okay. Next one, segregation of networks. See, in our Pratap campus, we have 2 different networks. Material department network is different, examination cell network is different, normal network is different. 3 different networks. Why? To ensure safety. If you have only one network, if some problem comes, the entire network goes and everyone should sit idle. But if you have different networks, if one network goes out, remaining networks works, no? Now, network connection and routing control. Network connection and routing control means what? I told you, who should open which sites? Only those permissions we need to give them. And security of network services. Security of network services means what? You need to use firewall, encryption, these all things. Firewalls means what? Now here I cannot open each and every website. Firewall will restrict. The name itself, it is there, firewall. That means a website cannot cross it. This firewall will block certain websites which seems to be illegal, which seems to be dangerous, which seems to be nonsense. Now, operating system access controls in logical access controls. See, operating system is the most important thing that you studied in the morning. Automated terminal identification. What does it mean? Automated terminal identification means, wait, I'll tell you clearly. You all have systems. And she typed in user ID and password. Now, who will detect? This is server, let us assume. She typed in user ID and password. That request comes here. And there is operating system in this system or not? Now, that will detect. System number 128. System number 128, is it there in our domain? It is there in our domain only. Oh, 128. Okay, allow. In that way, operating system will give permission. Only then she can enter into the system. That is called automated terminal identification. Terminal login procedure. Terminal login procedure means what? I came to your office. One system is idle. One system is vacant. I sat before that system and wanted to work. Can I work like that? If some stranger comes to your office and sits before a system and start doing work, how it will be? It will be nice to you? Is it secure to you? So you need to have terminal login procedures. That means if anyone wants to work in that terminal, he needs to log in using user ID and password. Access token and access control list means what? Okay, you are an authorized employee, you are an authorized user logged in into the system. But you are accessing some files which you should not access. You are clicking on them, go open, 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 open. Should the data open? Should the file open? No. Now the thing is, how do the computer know that you should not open that file? Yes, we have given access tokens and access control list. That means user number 128. She can open only these files. And if you click some other file, no, nothing. It will not get opened. Now, discretionary access control. Discretionary access control means what? The boss in the office said, only to this employee you give full privileges. Other employees are very angry. What is his speciality and what we did? That is his discretion. That is the discretion of the boss. Boss can do anything. Okay. He told, give access to him, complete access to him, because it is discretion. Discretionary access control. And user identification and authentication means what? Whenever you enter user ID and password, operating system will try to identify who are you, where from you are logging, these all things. So 6 points are more than enough in that question. Don't waste your time. Next. And don't spend your time unnecessarily on these managerial controls also. Okay. If you want to read, you just read this question. This is relatively more important. Explain system development management controls. Okay. System development management controls means what? Okay. I want to develop an information system in my organization. First of all, what should be done? Problem definition and feasibility assessment. Problem definition means what? Why you want to have an information system? Kya beta, kyun? Kya hua? What is problem you are facing? First you should know that, and you need to define the problem. Problem definition. And second one, feasibility assessment. Feasibility assessment means what? Sir, the software company said, sir, we will do it. Neatly we will do it. Okay? We understood the problem. Chadam, ba chadam. We will do it. The software company said like that. And they said, 4 crores, sir, bill. We will do it. 4 crores, sir. I said, I thought it is 4 lakhs. But you are telling 4 crores. So it is not financially feasible to me. Then what I will do? I'll give them a samosa and chai and say bye-bye. Because that project cannot be continued. Why? No financial feasibility. No economic feasibility. Okay. Now, analysis of the existing system. Okay, you let us think financial feasibility is there. Next, what is the step? Analysis of the existing system. See, if you want to develop a new system, first of all, you need to study the existing system. Then you will understand its loopholes, problems and all. So, analyze the existing system. And information processing design. Design means what? I need to make a neat list of requirements, design of data and information flow, design of database, physical design, design of hardware and software platform. You may think, this fellow, what he is talking nonsense. No, I am not talking nonsense. What I am talking makes sense. Okay. Just give me a minute, please. Because I want to make sense. Because that CBS core banking system takes some 20 minutes. See, this is an agreement we made with a software company. Now, what they did, they have given us like this. Deliver scope on technical specifications they have given, deliverables for client, what they will give us, what third party services they offer, and development. See, the time period they have given. For detailed research, 3 working days, website design and creation, 25 working days, admin creation and backend development, 30 working days, website testing and making, 12 working days. Okay, in this way they have given to me. Okay, this is about our new website design and all. Okay, so designing a information system means you need to design all these things. And the timelines, for designing all of that, how much time it takes. So, for website design and UI creation, 25 days. Admin creation, backend deployment, 30 days. Website testing and making live, 12 days. Okay. As this is a software, there will be no database and all. But in an information system, you will have these all things. Design of database, design of user interface, physical design, these all things. You need to, for doing all these points, it will take some time, 5 days, 10 days, like that. You have to design all of that. Only then you can design a software. Okay. And hardware and software acquisition. From where you need to purchase hardware and software. For example, for the first time you are designing an information system in your company, definitely you need to buy some hardware and software or not. Let the information system gallona. System lo kada. So you need to purchase. So from where you need to purchase. And next one, acceptance testing and conversion. Acceptance testing means what? That website people gave one a design to us, and Prakasha told me, you do some acceptance testing. That means first you test, and if it is acceptable to you, then you move forward. Otherwise, you ask them to give another design. So 2 days back, I asked them, I am not satisfied with the design. Kindly make these changes in the design and give me the design. And they told that tomorrow morning 11 o'clock they'll give me. I'm telling a real thing, man. I have shown you the agreement also right now. Okay. So tomorrow morning 11 o'clock they'll give. Why I'm telling all these things? Just to show my greatness to you? No. I wanted to prove one thing by standing here. What is that? Whatever you learn in EIS here, this is all not fancy or something where no one uses it, but it is where everything follows it. This is very practical. That is what I want to prove. Okay. At least if you have that in mind, your fear will be reduced a little bit, and in the place of fear you will get some confidence and you will start preparing well. That is my intention. Okay. But I don't know your contention, but I want the retention and also your attention. Okay. Next, acceptance testing and conversion. Conversion means what? I have tested the software and I have accepted it. Then what I will tell to my employees, alright, software is okay, come on, enter all the data in the software. Because till now all the data is in books. Now what I have to do? I have to enter all the data into the systems. Okay. Operation and maintenance. Okay, started using the software, but operation and maintenance will be there. Operation and maintenance will be there means what? Every 2 days I need to take the backup. Every 3 days I need to update the antivirus. That is called as operation and maintenance. Now, programming management controls, you simply skip that question because you cannot understand. Because already you have choice even if it is asked in the exam. Okay. And this you can read by yourself, data resource, because you already know the importance of data. Next. Yeah. Operation controls means what? Okay, you are using the software. What type of control should be there? Computer operations. Computer operations means what? You need to have right kind of software and hardware to use your information system. And there should be right kind of network. There should be data preparation and entry. Just now I told you, what you should do. You need to enter the data into the system. And production control means don't think it is a production department related thing. Production server, production control. Even in virtualization also morning we got that word production server. Here production server means real. See, on that day that website people told me, sir, we will give the website for production within 40 days. For production within 40 days means what? For real thing. To use it really. That is called production. So here production control means whenever you are using the software in the real time, you will get some problems. You need to overcome, you need to take care of all those things. And file library means what? Today we are storing the data only in servers because servers have become somewhat cheaper. But earlier we used to have magnetic tapes, CDs, DVDs. Okay, there we used to store all the data. But today the things have become cheap. We are simply storing in one single server in the hard disks. Okay, so that is called file library. Okay, and we need to have documentation and program library. Documentation means what? For example, this camera went wrong. So how to repair that? I need to refer to the documentation. Basing on the documentation, I'll do that thing only. Whenever someone says there is a problem in the class, I refer the documentation where the problem is and go and rectify it. Okay. Next, help desk and technical support. For example, SBI Broadband branch, system is not getting opened. For example, if system is not getting opened, these people will call us. We will come. Or for example, that person is having a friend outside. Will he call him or me? He should not call his friend, no? Why? He is not related to the organization. Likewise, in SBI Broadband campus, computers are not functioning. Whom should they call? Me? Oh, they should not call me. Why? I am not related to SBI. So they need to call their help desk or technical support if they have any problem. And capacity planning and performance monitoring. I am operations manager. I came to rounds. And that person told, sir, system is very slow, sir. If I have entered something, it is taking minutes, sir. Then immediately what should I do? Okay, I should change the server because capacity planning. More employees are there now and the server is very slow. I need to upgrade the server. That is called as capacity planning and performance monitoring. Management of outsourced operations. See, I'll give some operations to outsource, like maintenance of batteries, maintenance of UPS, these all things. Now I need to check whether they are coming in time or not and doing the work or not. Now what are application controls? Application controls means boundary controls, input control, processing control, database control, output control. Morning itself we studied. Where from you get the problems? Input, you will get the problems. So you will have input control. Output, you will have risks, output controls. Network, you will have risks, network controls. Database, you will have risks, database controls. These all access controls, if you can study very easily, you can study, because that is all about passwords. And not only password, you can have different methods to enter into the system, no? What? I can have fingerprint, or I can scan my badge. There are n number of methods to enter into a system. Those all things are discussed there. So it is enough to discuss. We have discussed 30 questions. Okay. Validation controls, very easy. Field, this is given already in the exam, let me tell you. Field interrogation, above, very easy. You are filling an application form. Age column is there. And I entered -40. Or it is not temperature, right? It is age. Age only, sir. I am using Santur. Or even though you use it, how can age be negative? How can it be minus? Okay. So, will you accept? Should you accept if someone enters date like that, age like that? That is called field interrogation. Field interrogation. And you are applying for CA inter examinations. You have filed a CA inter exam application. There, you need to enter your age. You entered 7 years. How a 7 years fellow can write CA inter exams? You said child prodigy, sir. Okay. Even though you are a child prodigy, okay, that is fine. 7 years you can write CA inter exams, I am not bothered. But you need to get special permission. Normally you cannot enter the application. Why? Because in that software we set the age should be between some 15 years to till end, some 120 years. But it should not be less than 15 years. So that is called as limit check. Okay, that is field interrogation. Yeah, we will stop this question here.